This is Meet the WolfPack. I'm Sports Information Officer Larry Reed. I'm pleased to be joined by Emma Piggin, who is a fourth-year guard from Kamloops. She's also a member of the women's basketball team. And 4 years, Emma. Does it feel like 4 years for you?
It feels like a lot longer, just because I've been watching the team since I was little, growing up in Kamloops. But yeah, 4 years. One more.
You've done a lot of things in that 4 years, including playing for Canada with the junior national team. Tell us a little bit about that, because that was a cool story.
That was an amazing experience. Scott came up to me at the end of our year and asked if I ever thought about playing for the national team, and I never thought of myself of even being that caliber. And so I'm like, whoa, that's kind of some exciting news. So I worked my butt off up until the trials. I went for an open tryout and ended up making the team, and we went to Spain and Russia for a couple tournaments, played in the World Championship in Russia, which was an amazing experience. Just seeing the different, being in a different country that you wouldn't normally go to, as well as playing against the best teams, the best girls at that age group in the world. It was absolutely phenomenal. I wish I could do it again and again every year, just because it was such an amazing experience. I met so many people from other countries, girls from the Australian team. That was pretty cool too.
What was it like donning the maple leaf for the first time?
You're very proud. People, you always, our family is a very hockey oriented family, so we always watch the World Juniors, and just seeing the World Juniors and the anthem and how proud they look on TV, and just when I was in that same position, just feeling that is just amazing. I felt so good. I
saw pictures, and you're one of the few singing the national anthem, so kudos to you. Also, in your fourth year, you've been an all-star as well. Are you surprised, and you got to be pleased, obviously, with how successful you've been over the last 4 years?
I work very hard, and I'm pretty happy with it. I want to keep going. I don't want to stop here, right?
So with that in mind, how difficult has it been for you? And you're also a great student as well. Juggling that whole, you practice or you're traveling every day, or you have games, and then you're in the sciences, so battling those things as well.
It's definitely a busy schedule, just because we have labs every week too that have their own assignments and final exam and that kind of stuff. But about compartmentalizing, I've been taught to do for my entire life too throughout basketball. You have time for practice, you have your time for school, and you have your time for fun at home, and you just have to make sure that you're focused on each one of those things when you're doing each one of those things. So basketball is time for basketball.
Also, a component of being on the WolfPack is you do a lot of community work. What was that like? This year you got to go to your mom's school and participate in the Terry Fox run.
That was so much fun. I love doing the community work, going to the different schools especially. My mom's school I already go to so often and wear the WolfPack stuff because the kids love it so much, and just they smile and get so excited, so you smile and get so excited, and you just another one of those things that it's not a job, you just do it because it's fun, and the kids love it, so you love it.
Now, you've done it for a number of years, obviously, since you've been here. What about the rookies, and you try to get them into the culture of being a role model?
The ones that we have came in, our freshmen this year, they already possess those qualities already, and we're already excited to be the role model. And I think they've had experience in the past in where they're from, and they just embrace it even more here.
You obviously are, you've got a big commitment on the court, in the classroom. You two have another commitment at home, your lovely daughter, yep. Abby. How has that changed your life, and what's it like being a parent?
It's busy, very busy. Abby is 16 months old now. She never stops moving. She's always going. She's now learned how to climb. So her favorite thing to do is climb the stove, which is not the best thing in the world, so we have to really keep an eye on her all the time at home.
Right.
Being an athlete, being a student, being a parent, just very busy, and I really have to focus on my time management, and knowing that we lost our last few games, and I can't take those losses home with me because I don't want to have a negative emotion at home around her, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But I still have to take my life of basketball seriously and know those losses were not okay, and we have to bounce back from them.
every month you post a picture of Abby on Instagram. How did you get the idea? And I know you've had excellent feedback.
I think my older sister's friends did it, and so I started doing it just to see the progression from month to month, which is unbelievable. She just grows, and it's nice to look back. So I wrote down a little blurb about what's new each month, what she likes doing, something new. Like I think it was her 2-month or 3-month. She's been on 8 airplanes already, and some people don't go on their first airplane until they're 20,
right? Sort
of thing, right? So it was pretty neat. My older sister does a weekly one, which is even cooler, I've noticed. But yeah, so much feedback. I get all the athletes. They always are commenting 10 out of 10 cuteness, or I miss her, I love her, like can't wait to see her again, sort of thing, which is really nice and just makes me feel really well supported.
Could you elaborate a little bit on your support system? Because your mom and dad and Abby and your sister are here at every game, and obviously they've helped you along as well.
Yeah, I have a very large cheering little fan zone in the stands. My mom and dad are amazing. When I have morning workouts, they are the ones who take Abby to daycare. We practice from 4:30 to 6:30, which is right in the middle of pickup time, so they also pick her up for me when I need it. And then just making sure that she's fed, that there's food in the house, that the laundry's done is huge. Both of my sisters, my younger and my older sister, they both babysit whenever I ask them to, pretty much, and without hesitation either, so I owe a lot to them too.
Would you like Abby to follow in your footsteps? Growing up, you were a phenomenal multi-sport athlete. You chose basketball. If she has that gift as well, do you want her to play basketball?
I would love for her to play basketball, but really anything that she wants to do, I just want her to love doing it and do it all the way, like at full effort, sort of thing. Whether it's soccer, basketball, maybe she likes doing piano or doing something in the arts. I won't know as much in that area, but I'll definitely help support her in whichever way she wants to go.
What's your favorite time of the day with her?
Probably in the mornings, because she's, well, that's a little questionable how early in the morning. She's always excited to see you. Like she gets up and starts going, mama, mama. And so like I'm like, oh, it's time to get up now, and get her up, and we go let the dog out, and she's super excited to see the dog, and she's like ready to play, and we get breakfast ready, and she eats or doesn't eat whatever I put on the plate, but it's quite a bit of fun.
Do you remember the first time she called you mom?
No, not really. She kind of goes ma all the time, and so at first I wasn't really sure if she was actually just saying ma or calling me mom. So, but now she's kind of. She'll yell at me, and I know it's for me.
Nice. But back to basketball and being a student athlete, what's your favorite visiting gym?
Visiting gym? I'd have to say University of Alberta.
Why's that?
It's a huge court. They have stands all the way around it. It's brand new. It's another community center, so like the TCC, how there's other stuff going on in the community as well. But you look down the gym and there's like 10 other basketball courts there as well. But they just have a nice court, and yeah.
Nice.
I don't know.
How about studying on the road? How difficult is that? And do you set time aside? And does the team set time aside for you to study when you're on the road?
Yes. So we get an itinerary every time we go out, and Scott lays it out, so it's wake up at this time, we have shoot at this time, we're leaving at this time, and then there's always at least 2 hours allocated to study time. And it's mandatory study time, which is perfect because we all have a ton of homework to do. On the road it's a little bit more difficult because there's only one desk in the hotel room, so sometimes it's pretty hard to do studying on the bed just because your back gets sore. So finding like other areas in the hotel to go to where there's a table, or if there's a Starbucks close by, to get some work done there too.
Nice. Just before we let you go, what words of advice would you have for someone, an athlete, whether they're in basketball or other, that are looking at coming to TRU?
I would say take advantage of all the opportunities you have to meet people. I found I've made a ton of friends just going beyond my team. So not only meeting people on my team, but on like the volleyball teams and the soccer teams and like the men's basketball team, or just even other people in your classes. Getting to know people in your classes, because a lot of the time they really help you out with getting notes when you're on the road and you miss class. And you just create amazing connections with different people.
Great. Thanks for joining us. Emma Piggin is one of the guards with the WolfPack women's basketball team. I'm Sports Information Officer Larry Reed, and this has been Meet the WolfPack.